My name is Corporal Galk, and to the right of me we have PJ, Master Swag, and to the right of him we have Mr. RP the Shooter, and today we're going to be talking about a Studio Ghibli film known as Princess Mononoke. It is a 1997 movie originating in Japan. The main character Ashitaka was previously a prince, but he had to leave his kingdom, and he ends up getting cursed by a boar after contact. He is condemned to die unless he can find a cure to this curse, and he finds himself heading east towards the spirit of the forest, but when he does reach there, he finds himself in the middle of a battle between the animal inhabitants of the forest and an iron mining town that is exploiting and killing the forest. Princess Mononoke is then learned to be the leader of the animals, and she was raised from birth by wolves. Alright, well, my first impression of the movie, well, I was in a very good mood when I initially watched this movie, so I don't know exactly how I was feeling at the time. I just, in that mood, I was like, okay, I'm sitting down, I'm watching a Ghibli film, and I'm going to enjoy myself. So, that's how I felt.
Alright, well, the first thing I noted when the film opens is that this plotline speaks directly to Japanese folklore and mythology, with it also promotes the ideas of Buddhism, living in harmony with nature, mythology because of the creatures of the forest, and the storyline protecting the forest and all of that. It's very, very Japanese, very Eastern. So I thought that this was going to be a great movie, not just because it was Ghibli, but because I enjoy movies that portray another culture accurately and don't try to assimilate it too much to something that it's not. So it didn't seem very Western to me, wasn't very Americanized. It was very Japanese to me, very Eastern, and that's something I thought I was really going to enjoy.
From the first scene, we were introduced to a demon, and very, very good animation when he fights the demon and gets infected by the curse and all that. Like, that just brings me into the mood of this movie. Like, this is a movie about a war, basically. So you're going to see a lot of violence in this movie, and the first scene just tells you, if you don't want kids to see a lot of blood and gore, don't watch the movie. Yes, this movie does have blood, it does have gore, and it does have decapitation and some loss of limbs. So if you don't want your child to see that, then don't watch this movie with them. But the overall story of the movie is very intense, and it's very well done. So I was like just pumped because I was very happy.
There's, like Roberto said, a war going on in the movie, so there's a lot of adventure, especially when the prince flees and goes off to somewhere else, leaves his village. Overall, what I liked the most was the dialogue coming from the non-human characters, the demons and spirits, because that's something I really enjoy in animes when they put that in there. I don't know exactly why, but I really like that aspect. It gives them more of like a voice for nature. Like, since it is a war between basically the forest and the people, it gives the forest and nature a voice against their enemies, which are trying to exploit them in the mining village, like Steven said. And that's something I really enjoyed through acting and dialogue.
Now for visuals, the animation is very great. They actually tried, Studio Ghibli, Ghibli actually tried a new technique when making this movie, and it was basically the animation for when someone's turning into a demon, or when his hand was infected. He had like this weird like blood type of thing on his hand. The 3D animation was used on that to make it like a separate layer onto it, and it made it more authentic and more demonic in some ways.
More believable.
More believable, yes. And they kind of use that a lot in the movie, especially with the Nightwalker, which is a very, very huge spirit. Basically, it's the spirit of the forest only during nighttime. And it's like the new technique really does work out with this movie. and it basically tells you the intensity of how bad or how good a spirit is just by the new animation technique. And I have to say that while it's primitive, it still looks good today. Like, if you watch it today, it's still an impressive feat, and it's still really good to watch, and I highly recommend anyone watching it just for the animation.
Alright. Overall, I loved the movie. I loved the animations, just as Roberto explained them. I liked the intensity. I liked the actions. Everything in the movie was put together well. And I recommend this movie to anybody who's looking for an action-packed movie with the whole war and everything. But as mentioned earlier, it does have some themes that might not be suitable for children. So look into that before watching it.
This is my second Ghibli film. When I first watched it after Spirited Away, and so the only thing I could judge Ghibli was from Spirited Away, and I thought it was very much like Spirited Away in the sense that they're very high quality films, very high quality anime. It's really, I can't really complain about it. It's one of those films I really do like, and it's almost perfect. In animation, action, dialogue, everything's very well done.
For me, it had a great story, had good animation, good voice acting, and I loved it as much as I loved Laputa. So I have to say that this is one of those films that I'm definitely going to show everyone I've ever met in my life. And this is my first time seeing this film, so I was like, didn't know what to expect, and I was actually very astonished by this film, and I want to show it to everyone. It's a very nice film.
Yeah, so well, overall, I gave this movie a 9 out of 10, simply the fact that it was an amazing movie.
I gave it a 10 out of 10 because I don't have a criticism for it.
I give it a 10 out of 10 because it's amazing.
Alright, everyone, this has been Corkland Gauk.
PG Master Swag.
And Mr. R.P. the Shooter.
And we are going now. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, favorite the video. It helps us out. And thank you.